welcome to a special edition of In Session. Kerry Hughes is on vacation in Bermuda today. We have a special guest with us, Mr. Sam Reed. We'd like to welcome to the studio. Of course, Sam is a Philadelphia legend working in the studio. I've been having the pleasure of working with him on a gospel project by an artist named Gwen Fox, who's out of Atlanta. She's a songwriter. She's got some beautiful things going on. Sam was gracious enough to come in and play his saxophone on this project, and I feel really honored for that. Sam, welcome.
Well, thank you, Samori. It's a real pleasure being in. I love your studio and everything. Everything is
Thank you, sir.
very nice, and your assistants.
All right.
So the tunes were very emotional type tunes, as you say, spiritual tunes, and you could feel it, the vibes through the tunes as I was playing, that type of thing. So.
Right, and you're talking about the Gwen Fox project.
Yes, the Gwen Fox project.
Very emotional, very good writer. Now, a little bit about your background in Philadelphia. Just if you could, just let the people know just a little bit about your timeline and the things you've done.
Oh yeah, well, when I first started, off I'm from South Philly, and I grew up with the Heath Brothers, the youngest Heath brother, Albert Tootie Heath, is the drummer of the Heath Brothers. The three was Percy, Jimmy, and Tootie. And we've been playing, and we played with just about everybody you could name as far as jazz was concerned in Philadelphia. Bobby Timmons, Lee Morgan, Henry Grimes, you name them. James Garrison, Spanky D. Bress, Reggie Workman, Mickey Roca, Ronald Tucker.
Wow, the list goes on and on.
And on and on. And they've all become big-time stars, and the worldwide, that is, and it was a pleasure growing up at that time playing with these musicians, and everybody was conscious of what they were doing. And from there, I once played down at Club Hall in Atlantic City, where they had the shows. Larry Steele, Smart Affairs, such artists as Arthur Price Sock and Sammy Davis Junior would do a show there during the summer, and whoever was at the 500 Club, such as Frank Sinatra or Louis Armstrong or Nat King Cole, they would come over and visit on what we had, the breakfast show, which was a show that started at 6 o'clock a.m. Sunday morning, and everybody just came up to the show and enjoyed themselves. And like I said, I had the pleasure of them being on stage while I was there, and it was an honor. And I also came back to Philly and worked a couple of times with Billie Holliday. I worked with Sara Vaughn at the Uptown Theater and the Lou Rawls. And then I ventured out and I moved to California for a while, and then Teddy Pendergrass left Mr. Harold Melvin's group and went on his own, and I was his musical director, so I traveled once again around the world, different places that we went until he got hurt and had his accident. And after that, I've been back home playing, little gigs around town, but good gigs. And then I also worked with Mr. Odine Pope, the saxophone choir, and we worked at the Blue Note several times,
Wow.
And I've been having a wonderful musical career, and I'm very proud to be here with you and share out whatever I have left.
Right. Well, I'm honored. I mean, your history and resume is really profound, and it really includes the who's who of our entire encyclopedia of music.
Yeah, well, I was just fortunate to be at the right place at the right time. And
sure. If you could, and I'm not going to keep you. I know you have a number of things to do, but if you could, walk us up Broad Street in the heyday of music when people played musical instruments, because nowadays you have a lot of producers and they're doing a good job,
right.
But the musicality is not always there. The knowledge of theory is not always there. So, but there was a time when we played instruments, and
right.
and even in Philly there was a different musical vibe. Can you tell us about that?
Well, there were so many places to work as far as to express yourself musically back in those days, like the Elks and the American Legion organizations. They had different clubs, different places, and that's basically how we got a chance to play our instruments and to grow up and become professionals as we were coming along. There's so many places that have gone, like Town Hall there at Broad and Race. That was a famous place we played. There was another hotel there at Broad and Girard right now, where the McDonald's place, it was the Majestic Hotel, and
right.
All those places. The Elks home headquarters was Reynolds Hall.
Okay.
That's where I used to, when Charlie Parker came to town, I would take his horn for him, and meanwhile he had a little concert there and stuff like that.
So Charlie Parker would play around.
Oh, yeah.
What other artists might you see?
Oh, Dizzy Gillespie, he had this big band here several times. They would be either at the Academy of Music or any place that could have them. Then Count Basie would be at Pep's at Broad and South, you know,
Okay.
with his big band, and Machito and Mongo Santa Maria. We saw everyone, you know.
Oh, wow, yes, yes. So, I mean, it makes me honored to not only be here, but to be a part of this Philadelphia musical legacy. And you mentioned Broad and South Street.
Right.
We're obviously on South Street,
Right.
the great historic, South Street. So, hey, I thank you for standing in today and playing your sax and giving me the chance to record you. It's been an honor.
My pleasure.
All right, look forward to many more collaborations.
All right, thank you.
All right, signing off, special edition In Session. Stay tuned for more.